This is a very, very interesting and important point that we must understand. Every human being has in him his creations, his created, with of course his body, and you have a person has an Neshamah, has a soul. Now he writes over here, the holy Mesilat Yesharim, he writes, if the creation, the point of the creation, if the point of the creation, is if it's just for this world, if the purpose of a person's being is just for this world, if that's the case, then there's no purpose of him having a Neshamah. Why? Because his Neshamah is greater than the angels themselves. Imagine you that are listening to me right now, you have something in you that's greater than a malach. Do you hear that? You have something in you that's greater than a malach. And he writes it over here, Gedolah yoter min ha-malachim atzmam. The neshama that you have in you, the soul that you have in you, and we say it every single day when you wake up. Elohai, neshama shenatata bi torah. Amazing thing. So he says it's impossible that Hashem will create something, an Neshama, come from Shamayim, so down to this world for the purpose of this world. It can't be. It's got to be for a higher purpose. And what is that? For what? For the real world. For the real world. What's the real world? Say after 120 years, that's when the real world starts. That's when the real world starts. This is all preparation. It's a preparation. You have 70, 80, 90, 120, 120 years, then the real world starts. That's when it really starts. So that's a very, very important point, right? He says, now let's speak about the Neshamah himself. The Neshamah that you have in you doesn't have any pleasure from anything in this world. Nothing. The Neshamah, I'm saying physical. We're talking about the physical. Of course, the learning. Of course, the prayers. Of course, any spiritual. Of course, it has. But in a physical aspect, it doesn't have any oneg. It doesn't feel that pleasure. Oh, imagine you have a crazy, amazing. I don't know. What do you like the most? What do you like? What's the craziest thing? Let's say a steak, an amazing. Well, oh my God! I take like butter, you take cutting it, and then juice and fire sizzling. Great. It doesn't have a nah. Or what do you like? Sweets. Yeah, you have an amazing hot souffle. Comes out fresh, unbelievable hot cake with a nice ice cream on top, and it's hot and it's cold, and you're eating it together, and it's crazy. You think the neshama has hana'ah from it? The soul doesn't have neshama. The body has pleasure from it, but the soul, the neshama, doesn't have any pleasure from it. Right? So he writes over here. It's an amazing point. Very much Dazal says. He gives you an example. Imagine a person married the king's daughter. Imagine you marry the king's daughter. Right? Now you have to know, first of all, what a king is, and you have to know what a daughter of a king is. Right? King has everything. He has butlers, he has bakers, he has everything that you can imagine. You walk into a palace, he only needs 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, it's only 3 bedrooms max. You walk into a palace, the size is 3-4 blocks long. Okay? The yard, the backyard, the front yard is maybe another 4 or 5 blocks itself. You know? Why? It's huge. He has gardens and he has everything. And you have to understand the service that's provided for the king. It's like the most. He's eating out of gold plates. The gold plate the king eats from is worth maybe $1,000 to $2,000 each plate. I'm not joking. Each plate. Can you imagine? The fork is gold. Pure gold. All this gold. He has wines that are aged. You know, people, I have an aged bottle of wine, or I have a scotch, or I have a tequila. He has the craziest you can't even imagine. His suits are forget about it. His suit, the king's suit, forget about it. At least $10,000. At least. Made out of this, that. You know? Just imagine. The highest materials they had to get it from this, get it from that, get it from this, get it from that. One thing. Now the daughter of the king has all of that. Whatever she wants. She has all of that. Now go ahead. And now you marry the daughter of the king. He's excited, Ma, Dad, you don't understand. I'm going out with the king's daughter. No way, how'd you get that? Yeah, I'm going to be the prince. I'm married in the family. It's crazy. So finally you get married, okay. Now you take your wife to be. So excited. Whatever you give her, she's not going to be all excited about. Whatever you're going to give her. You go, you buy her a diamond ring, 50 grand. She's like, what? There's 50. You know, my mother has, the queen has maybe $10 million ring. You give me a $50,000 ring over here. And he brings him a watch, gold Rolex with diamonds around, Cartier with another one. Hello, you know what my mother has? A $3 million watch. So she's never satisfied, never excited. So that's the same thing with the Neshamah. The Neshamah came from such a high level in Shamayim. It came from a Kadosh Baruch Hu Kisei HaKavod. It came all the way down to this world. It was right next to the Shekhinah. So no matter whatever you're giving her physically, will never be happy. Will never be satisfied. So therefore what do? You got to feed it. Torah, mitzvot, midot tovot, growth. That's what you have to feed it. A person came to me and says, "What happened?" He said, "I feel down." I said, "What feels down?" He said, "I don't know, I feel down." You're doing well? Yeah. You having health? Yeah. You having feel right? Yeah. So what are you feeling down? His answer is, his neshama needed more than just physicality. His soul was craving more than just a steak sandwich, more than just pizza and ice cream. He's craving for something bigger, more than just a vacation in the Caribbean on a crazy island with a coconut, and they put a what's it called, and a small umbrella and a straw. I'm eating it from a coconut. Something he puts it on his thing with a video. Look what I'm having. I'm by a clear ocean and a clear sand and this that. I'm having a coconut with a straw inside with an umbrella. You know what I'm talking about? Those small little umbrellas that they put. I know what I'm talking about. Saying, what was going on? So I said, what happened to you? Why are you here? Like, what happened? I didn't see you in months. He tells me, I don't know. I'm not. I said, yeah, come learn Torah. He learned. He said, I feel connected now. I feel good. And that's what he's saying. He's saying a great mashal of him. Mashal adam le'ironi shenasa bat melech. You married the king's daughter. Im yavi kol ma sheba'olam. You bring everything in the world. And am hashuvim lo klum. Don't care, She bat melech, right? Kacha nefesh, same thing. If you give all the pleasures in the world to the neshama, everything they can imagine, enam klumla, it's nothing. Lama? She mina elyonim, because it came from Shamayim. So what do you give? What can you give the neshama now? What can you give him? A nice hot cappuccino with the sugar and a hadida soft baked cookie, chocolate chips, like hot melted chocolate chips. It doesn't make a difference. But not a regular chocolate chip cookie. A milk chocolate chip cookie. You know what I'm talking about? Milk chocolate, like the chocolate chips are milk chocolate, not the dark chocolate. So it's a milk and it's smooth and it's hot and you're eating it with a hot cappuccino. Sick. The guy tells me, Rabbi, you understand what I had this morning? Sick. So that's what he's saying. He's saying like that. He's saying that what? That enam klumla doesn't satisfy. Why? Because the neshama, the soul that's in you, needs more. It needs more than just the physicality. It needs more than that. It needs to be connected. And what's that? That's through the Torah. That's through the mitzvot. That's through the good deeds. I'll never forget, there was a very big rabbi that came one time to have a visit one of my friend's houses, and he invited me to come sit. And he was much older. He was like in the, I would say, early 70s, late 60s, much older than me. And I remember him saying a story on the table, how there was a very big person that had that his wife had everything, something called a black card. You know what a black card is? You know what that is? Like Amex, you could spend like $1 million a day or something like that. I don't know, some crazy thing. Like, imagine you have a credit card, you could spend 10 million, one shot. What do you need? Oh, I want to buy a house. Okay, here's the credit card, go buy it. Imagine. What do you want to buy? A Ferrari, nice Ferrari, Lambo. I want to buy a Lamborghini. Okay, no problem. Go to the store, swipes it, 350 grand, take it. So he came to this rabbi that was by my friend's house, and he said, I don't know what to do. He says, what? Whatever I give my wife, she's not happy. I give her this, I give her that, she's not happy. I don't know what to do. She has everything she wants. She's not happy. Says to him, listen, start doing something hesed. Do something. So he says, what would you like to do? Okay. So he says, they're going to start a gown gemach. You know what a gown gemach is? A lady getting married. She doesn't have money to buy a gown. She goes to this lady, this wealthy lady, and she buys a gown, and then they accumulate so many gowns over time. Well, let's say they have 100 gowns now over time. Again, remember, they're extremely wealthy. So they're buying a gown, and they kept the gown after, and they had a rack, 2, 3, 4 racks of gowns. And now they became, anybody who needed a gown goes to this lady, goes to see if it fits, which one, which design, which this, which that. And she would go to the wedding of that girl who actually borrowed the gown. And she said she would wait, she would see at the wedding, and she would give her such a high, like, wow, that's my gown, I'm dressing the bride. Wow! She felt so good. And he came to the rabbi. He said, Rabbi, that was the greatest idea. My wife got uplifted. She goes to every wedding that she gives a gown to, and she feels so good. It's the most happiest night of her night when she sees that bride that didn't have money to walk down through a gown. Oh my goodness! Says, yeah, because we have a spirituality in us. It's called the Neshamah. You have to feed it too. You have to feed it. And how do you feed it? Through good deeds, through learning Torah, through correcting your character traits. And like this, the Neshamah will feel good when you keep the Torah mitzvot.